So I've been working with the 3 primary colleagues in our peer challenge group on a cross-school project to improve progress in maths. We identified mathematics as the key area in all 4 schools, which was in need of some work, and the 4 of us have worked. We've all visited each other's schools to kind of challenge each other on how the work in our individual schools was going, and again having that external view and that validation in some cases was really useful. Cross-school project will help me in the future, because it's helped me see that there are different ways of working with different individuals.
We've done a cross-school improvement project across 3 schools in 3 different trusts, and we've looked at the Preparing for Literacy Guidance report from the EEF. Our starting point, the reason we adopted that approach, was we looked at our sort of common threads and common themes and priorities, and across all of our schools, disadvantaged children enter the early years significantly behind their peers in the areas of speaking, listening and attention and understanding. So we knew that was something that across the 3 schools was a priority for all of us. A way in which we've worked together, which we perhaps haven't done before, is we've set up an online collaborative learning network, which we hadn't done before and I hadn't considered before. But the teachers from each of the schools in the early years who are engaged in our task project all communicate with each other online. They share good practice, they share sort of how things are going, they share suggestions to each other. The cross-school project that we've worked on, in terms of that actual project, we've actually all said that we can't see ourselves not working with each other beyond at least a 2-year period, because the learning we've done on the programme talks about the fact that effective implementation takes kind of a couple of years really to embed, and we've all said we're going to commit to continuing to work together.
The cross-school learning project has been very interesting for us. We are 5 head teachers. We are in a variety of different scenarios. So in terms of practical development, I feel as though we've come a long way in understanding other people's systems, and it's actually about finding how other schools are different and better. And it also reinforces your own practice sometimes when you realise what your own strength is by the lens that other people have looked at you.
Our cross-school improvement project was based around improving standards in mathematics, which was a common theme across our schools. However, it was for different groups, so it might have been EAL children in one school, gifted, the most able children in another school. So we're all coming at it from a different approach, but what we wanted to do was have a blueprint of how we can monitor standards in mathematics across schools, which could be rolled out from secondary down to infants. So the project itself started small, and as we went through, we evaluated each other, kept changing this blueprint until we got to a final version where it would be transferable, and it is, because we're using it.
In some cases, we've used shared practice and a collaborative approach where funding's low, and just done that by sharing practice, so it's had a really good knock-on effect. We've also helped to share that practice with teaching assistants and teachers, so that teachers can work in coaching triads and teams to make a difference for those groups of students.
Our school improvement project was devised by the 4 of us. When we met each other, we gelled immediately, and it became apparent that maths and progress in maths for groups of learners was an area for improvement across all schools, which was interesting because there were 2 primary schools, 1 nursery and infant, and the 4th school being a secondary school.
Yeah, so we've all got our different strengths. So the first thing we did is we visited each of the school, and really then we discussed what we could all offer each other. So we've all sort of gone from a project which is really to help the progress of children, particularly vulnerable children, but we've gone from a different angle. So I've gone in and done some training in the other schools about visible learning based on John Hattie's research.